Should I start? Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to Entab first session of the topic that I've chosen today is bridging the digital divide. So, what is bridging the digital divide in today's era, and how do we understand this uh, frame construction? So, the most crucial divide that I can think of is the gap between technology that was available and that is available to teachers, and how we can make the use of the best use of this device in our own teaching practices. We can attribute this to the level of our expertise, training, and experiences. Digital devices were already existing for past few decades. Thank you, Entab Campus, for welcoming me. Digital divides already existed long ago in form of tabs, in form of other units. But after COVID-19, we have been talking about digital divides. So all up, what is now, we will just discuss that what is formal education system all about and how did we start about it. So as mankind evolved, people moved away from hunting, they moved away from gathering towards agriculture and animal husbandry for their sustenance. After that, what happened? The need for education and training arose with carpentry, with metalwork, leatherwork, and pottery, masonry, and textiles were evolved. Then we come to the third stage where we saw that the need for education and training arose when people started teaching their children. That was homeschooling. That homeschooling, whatever in our in Indian custom, we called it gurukul. So we started homeschooling. After that, when homeschooling started, we saw that um, parents were schooling, they were gurukuls, but further we evolved as human mind and we developed some class of educators and we started making board exams. So certain exams in ancient India, not only board exam, but certain system of evaluating the students. That we called as board exam. So after that, uh, military, paramilitary, everything came into existence. Schools and centers of excellence came all around, and education became more systematic with the rise of board exams. What happened when the board exams came into system? Automatically, the education was more structured. Everything was more organized, and people started, and the purpose of education was discussed. What was the purpose of education when board exams came into picture, and when in that era it was more schooling was more formal. Then came the education who had designing, developing, engaging, and then evaluating. With that process, for centuries, the schools went on. Students relied more on this teacher-centric method of teaching, where they wanted the teacher was the guru, the teacher used to teach, and students used to listen. And board exams or other sort, state board exams or some form of examination was developed. But slowly, we saw that internet has now revolutionized and many children and learn now we have to be tech savvy. So tech savvy, it's not just because of COVID-19 we are tech savvy. We are tech savvy. We became tech savvy from the year 2000, I guess. Maybe before that, but from 2000 onwards, we are the entire system, whether in India and many other countries, we are tech savvy. Internet has revolutionized and changed everything what we learn and we teach now. Schools and centers of excellence came up in the world, and throughout ancient and medieval times were destroyed by invasions, giving rise to new ones. The internet has now the internet is now the new thing which everybody is talking about, and we are just living in that era, which is digital era. So when we talk about this digital era, now education doesn't stop forward in the finish of the school days. It can go beyond the school timing. How can it go beyond the school timing? We spend a lot of time in discussing education through people, discussing on net, developing different, going to different apps and discovering what all can be done. We can discuss with our peers what is happening. I can sit here and talk to anyone. Anyone can watch me today. What we are doing here is all our era of digital, is a digital era. Now, education doesn't stop. Parents may be able to meet with teachers, even if they are today, if parents are not able to come for the PTM, we are having the virtual PTMs, and which when COVID-19 hit us, it wasn't that difficult for teachers to embrace this change, though it was difficult, but most of the schools, they could do it, and they could do it because they were already using the systems. They just had to go one step further to see what all they can achieve and how they can modify their systems and be better. So virtual PTMs are already being organized now, and most of the schools have taken virtual PTMs. Even the government is going way beyond uh, this, because the new platform which government has made is all related to COVID-19, and Swayam is one platform which all of us in the government schools are using now. Parents may be able to meet it, though technology itself can be expensive, but what is the way that we can reduce that amount on children or the schools? That is, we can take some ERP systems, like Entab is one system which we can start in schools, or other systems which are pocket friendly. And nowadays, many apps are all pocket friendly, and all apps are free. So if we are thinking of connecting some maybe activities to a system, to some sort of app, all the applications are free download till June. I think most of the applications are free, so you can go and access free education to all these apps. Teachers utilize technology to discover resources. For parents it's very easy, for teachers it's very easy, for school system it's very easy, because it's everything just a click away. Technology itself can be expensive. It can also help schools save money. Virtual tours are being organized now, so one does not have to step outside and um, go in this heat to see what's happening. Teachers can utilize the discover resources. They can discuss with people, and they can discover many resources. Now, um, what I feel technology is improved in, I've just thought of putting it in 10 different ways, that how technology has improved in today's education system. Digital simulations and models. So we all see that, I remember that once, few years back, when I went to Dubai and I saw this digital simulation model about 3D pictures, about augmented reality, about dissecting, about a 3D lab of bio, and I was wondering that when will this happen in India, and why should it happen in India? So a question came to my mind, and when I saw it, when I went for training to different schools in India, and I saw 3D labs, and I was wondering that will there be these labs in all over India? So such thoughts used to come, but now it's a reality. Augment 3D is a reality, because every school has to go for it. They have to realize that this is a virtual world, and this is the real world for today. As if now today we are not going to see any other world. So 3D, so digital simulations and models are very, very good with digitization. What has happened? You can finish a degree online. So we all are seeing and we all are following that all the courses are now online. The big universities have come online. They have forgotten their campus routine. For 1 year, they are giving the degree online. Courses like Coursera and Upgrad were already doing courses online, but other courses, other big universities, Cambridge, Oxford, and other universities have also said that they will be giving an online degree this year. That shows that and I was reading that by 2050, almost 90% courses will be online, the degree will be online. So we can see that where we are heading towards. Like, this is just the beginning. And yesterday I was reading that education minister said that 100 universities are going to be online in India. So we maybe this COVID has taught us to be virtually and digitally more effective now what we were. So what and these things were already there. It is not that it has just come into picture and because of COVID-19 it is happening. We were already doing Zoom meetings, we were already doing Google Hangouts, we were doing Skype, we were doing Microsoft 360 and other such things. But it's just happened that after this, suddenly everything has uh, blown and everything is just multiplied in different angles, and everybody is just going virtual, and we are just discussing what can happen, how digital world can be effective to us. So for that, I'll again say that people like Entab are doing such fantastic job where they are calling educators, where they are asking people to share their views, and thank you for that. And improve communication. So what has digital world has done to us for communicating? I don't have to go depend on my thesaurus, or I don't have to depend on my any other maybe encyclopedias or dictionaries. I can just Britannica, I can just click and I can find any information when I go online and communicate with anyone in the world. So this system was already existing, but now we have started using it more aggressively. What happens then? Advanced research, quick information. So again, we all know that the best way to get information is digital world. We don't have to depend on teachers. I always say that now the teacher's role is only 20%, and 80% job is already done by the student and by the our dear friend Google, because everything is there on search engine. So whatever they want to learn, students will be able to learn. Teachers' job is just to facilitate them. Their job is just to enhance that whatever, which learning and what sort of learning they have to do. So the role of an educator is totally changed now. From being a teacher, they've become a facilitator where they have to see that what are they going to learn? Is it effective? Is it relevant? And that's how digitization is coming into our world, and that's how teachers are maximizing, they're optimizing what they can with this technology. When we say about books, we said that advanced research, quick information on ebooks. Then we come to what happens with the cloud storage. So again, we say that everything is there and we can just store everything. Today it has become we remember that earlier there used to be floppy CD. Now it's just a pen drive, and now pen drive is also in form of a pen where you can just store your information. Maybe further to by 2050, God knows where we are going to reach. I was reading that 2050 and 2000 in 22nd century we are going to be part of the space. That would be the study with digital technology. So this is the way the world is changing every day, and it's all because of technology, and it's all because of human mind. But human mind, I'll say, that cannot be replaced, because technology is an enabler. It is not an evangelist. So when we say that technology will, people ask that will technology replace humans? No, it won't replace humans, because for the simple reason that human minds are, we are, that technology does not teach us empathy. It does not teach us compassion. It does not teach us love. or it does not teach us to be a critical thinker or to be very creative. So that can only come when we have that physical bond with our teacher or with someone who is our mentor. It can be anyone. So when we are having debates on this, that is technology going to take over the entire human race? I don't think so. Yes, we have to see where we have to use technology, how much we have to use, and what are the benefits we can derive from technology, because the control is in our hand. Today also, if I am speaking, the control is in my hand, not in the hand of technology. So humans cannot be replaced, but yes, human beings who do not embrace this change, who do not adapt to this change as quickly as possible, they will be maybe redundant. So it's better that we move on with the new trend of being the change maker. And this is the best time when I saw that I have changed a lot in these 2 months, because the kind of apps and the kind of variations and tools which I have discovered for learning. It wasn't, they were there, but we were not so used to um, discovering it. But COVID-19 has taught all of us that how you can use these tools effectively. It was there and we have to use it. So we have to come with this we have to come to this conclusion that technology will always be there and it will become advanced day by day, but it's up to us that how much we want to embrace it. Then we come to fifth is effective assessment. So when we talk about assessment, so as a teacher, I remember when I started my career, it was all pen and paper, writing on the report card, marks entry, then going and getting the principal signature. If the mark is wrong, rewriting the report card. And I've done this. When I started my career, I remember in the year, it was 88 or so, I had to do my 10 report cards, rewrite the report card because there was a slight error. I wish there was technology then. My work would have been simpler. So today, technology for assessments, we can just enter the entire principal or director can sit anywhere and see the entire report cards or the entire marks everywhere, anywhere. They don't have to be present. The teachers can just they can use the ERP system, they can enter the marks and it will be there. So the work for teachers has not only reduced, but yes, sometimes we do debate that the work is not reduced, it is increased. It is not increased or decreased, but it has become more organized. And it's just a click away, and just one has to know the systems for assessment and even the rubrics which you have to design, which you have to make the rubrics. That is also that's become very easy because technology has made it very easy for us. And I am sure that as we are progressing, people who are sitting and making these ERPs and other things will be equally engaging themselves to be better day by day and to be more advanced, because that's what is happening now. Every day there is someone or the other who's telling me that, ma'am, why don't you see Singapore technology? This is going way beyond than what India is doing. And I'm sure nowadays there is no Singapore or America. Everything is one. And whatever, and the kind of debates we are having on technology nowadays is phenomenal, because it's not about Indian, it's about everyone connecting together and debating on what is good and how technology can take us, and how technology has connected all of us together, and how we are just realizing that if there was no technology, how we would have survived this pandemic. Now, after assessments, I would say that better measures for the students. Then what happens learning at one's pace? So we all talk about that earlier learning used to be that students are sitting in the class and everybody is learning together as the teacher is speaking. But today it has become that students can be sitting anywhere and can learn from anywhere when the teacher is speaking. They do not have to. So synchronous and asynchronous learning has come very much in talk about, because today what is happening is asynchronous learning, where people are learning from wherever they want. They do not have to be all the time glued to what teacher is saying. The teacher can record the notes and send it back to the student. The teacher can use different tools and give the task to the students. So post COVID-19, now with COVID-19, the new education method is asynchronous, where learning is happening wherever it can happen. So nobody is forcing the students that this is the time and you have to, and we are just going up and down in the class. It is both. It is got the pluses and minus of asynchronous, because we are so dependent and we have to rely on the students about what they are doing. And how do we realize? Again, it is human intelligence that you have to test the students at how they're doing. Then learning at one space can be anywhere. You can sit anywhere and learn. It's not necessary that you have to be at home or in one particular country. Then we'll say fun learning. So yes, there are so many apps there. There are this Padlet and Wakelet and all those apps or tools which we are using. uh, Learning has become more fun, because even if you're not sitting with anybody, if you're not sitting with your teacher, if you're not sitting with your parent, technology has come on your palm, like on the phone. Any tool which you download, you can play games. There's a lot of gamification happening where you can learn, and through gamification you can learn. So fun learning is one thing which utilization of technology is there, where students are getting engaged, diverse array of learning, tasks that improve their retention of for new concepts, because new concepts can be taught through games. There's incredible breadth of education which I see is happening. Application that allows students to learn various concepts in a playful and interactive manner. And there are many such apps, many such tools which just allow the child, like there's Bubble Bee for students who are primary students. There's a Kahoot app which is very good. There's EduPuzzle which is very good. Students learn to. There's so many other Padlet, Wakelet, then Seesaw. Such tools are there which are very, very good for just making uh, fun way of learning. Students may struggle when they are in class to understand a certain subject, can search for a tutorial video online. So this is one new concept which everybody is going for, that anything, if the teacher also has to record a lesson, they can record and put it online. And whenever the student wants, they can go back and go asynchronous learning, and they can record it version, they can read, or they can take a tuition online which is on video. So this is again technology, because we don't have to go physically and attend a tuition class. We can just go online and take any private tutorial or go back to a teacher and learn it. And these videos which are there are very interactive and very playful. So students may struggle to understand a certain subject. Online group collaboration. So what is online group collaboration? Is again where with COVID-19 also, I've seen that how many schools are going online and they're collaborating with each other to have competitions. So competitions have not stopped. Learning has not stopped. Everything is going on. Competitions are going on. Collaborations are going on. Debates are going on. Declamations, debates, MUNs are going on. It's all collaboration through technology, which is helping them in uh, being stronger online and making their presence felt as a school or as a student. So they don't have, when they do collaboration, they don't have to document everything on paper and pen. Everything they can do it digitally. Open education. So again, with online, open education is again one thing which is suddenly immersed very well, because students who do not want to take schooling, they can write, they can resources available, they can just learn on their own, they can appear for some open school exam, and they can pass, and they can pass with prestigious colors and prestigious they can get into prestigious universities also, which I know some people have got. Technology can give teachers and students remarkable resources. They have access to new opportunities for new approaches. So it's not just a power thing for education, it is a superpower. So technology is not just a powerful tool, it's so super powerful that we are all just slave to it. So we are today, we are humankind has become slave to technology. Then 10 is artificial intelligence, which we all know what is artificial intelligence. It is human decision making capabilities, which is required and used higher for like tutorial for robo writing. So anything which is beyond human body is artificial. While we may not see, but we can see that robo is coming to India. So how teachers will be replaced by robots, or anything, AI can help educators develop a more personalized form of learning by gleaning patterns from data and offering insight to point individual students in the right direction. AI can help develop custom textbooks to change teaching from general knowledge to mastery in learning. So AI and VI are very much part of digital learning, where virtual reality and artificial intelligence are part of our system today. So whether it's a government school or it's a private school, everybody is adapting to it. The last thing which I thought was the blockchain. So I was reading about blockchain. So blockchain was a technology which was created by Bitcoin, and it was created. There was a need for an easy accessibility as well as security. But further, to avoid counterfeiting, I have seen that blockchain technology is being used by educationists now, and they are using it to counterfeiting. There was no need to make changes in the data, impossible. So this technology can be effectively utilized for education, since lots of data needs to be accessed by many people. So there can be a cloud where data can be stored, and it can be accessed by many districts and schools. Which, so I don't know how far have we reached in blockchain, because this I read somewhere that it's come to India also, but I am still discovering. And because it's very good, because we can stop from hacking. So with that, I'll just say that technology is only an enabler, and not an evangelist. And what we don't want to know is that 22nd, in 21st century, this is the most important part of our life now. And the today, like with YouTube, with Zoom, with connection, with Google Hangout, with TeamViewer, with Adobe Connect, with Blackboard, Microsoft Teams, everywhere, and with government platforms like ePathshala, Swayam, Diksha, NREO, we are all connected together, and we all are part of this world, part of this digital world. So with that, I would like to just take some questions if they are there. Or anybody. So that's how we will be bridging the divide between digital India and human race. So with that, thank you so much, and thank you very much, Nimisha and Animesh, for hosting, inviting me to give my views. Animesh, anything? Absolutely. These EdTech can transform education hugely. How do you see schools use EdTech platforms going forward? So EdTech platforms are already forward. They are already there, very much into the system, because without EdTech, now the schools cannot move on. The classrooms, the new kind of schools which you'll see after post COVID-19 are schools which will only be with help of EdTech, because no schools can function on its own, with ERP systems, with regulation of fee, with e-books, because now physical since physical distancing, social distancing is happening, so e-books are the only way that we can connect. So it's EdTech platforms are going forward in rapidly, because the kind of apps which I'm discovering, there are almost 63 apps for teaching students today, which I have just within 2 months discovered. So those are, and everywhere those apps are so important that without that app, we cannot be going forward in this virtual world. Good evening. As you said, we have to adapt technology, but what about our health and human values? As I said, that technology is important. It is an enabler. It is not an evangelist. Human emotions. If technology takes away our emotions, human beings will not exist. So it's very important that we stay connected with our teachers, with our family, for human emotions. Why do we say that technology cannot win over human emotions? With touch, feel, think, that can't be done. That we have to do it. Empathy, that is compassion, all this technology. And then you said that about our health. So it has to be, everything has to be in moderation. You can't go anything beyond, like supposing I'm sitting on YouTube, there's lot, as I told you, 63 apps or tools which I've discovered. If I don't stop myself, the entire day I'm sitting in front of the laptop and doing this, I'll ruin my health. So one has to divide the time the way it goes with your system. It goes with wherever you're working. So that is up to us. What do you think about companies such as Byju's? Byju's is a company which is doing very well. So is Khan Academy. These two companies are doing very well in maths, and other companies which have recently come up for English and Socrative and other companies are doing very well. Extra Marks is another very good company which has come up with so many good tools that one has to see to believe. Then I saw Flip Learn. But Extra Marks I found was very effective. They are doing counseling one-on-one. Byju's is doing maths, Khan Academies, and all these things are freely available. Blended learning, the way ahead. Yes, blended learning and flip learning is the way ahead, because blended learning is the form where you, whatever you've learned in traditional learning, blend with the technology is called blended learning. So whatever we have been learning, that will not go waste. We have to blend it with the technology, and we have to see where we stand now. How do we control cheating practices through online technology during examination? Cheating practices, this is like we are still doing formative assessment till now. We very few schools have gone for summative assessment. Summative assessment, why we are saying it can't be done, because it's more on for MCQs we are doing it. And also we are saying that summative assessment can be done. It has to, there is a software, I think Entab also must be making, where they can actually see the handwriting, actually see which laptop you are using and how and who is typing it. So that fingerprints and everything will come. It's very much in process. So most of the schools are doing with, they are doing only assessment as formative assessment. For evaluation, summative assessment, they are waiting. Let's see. Because in India, many schools are not going right now. They are waiting till September, and they will take this call. We have adapt technology, but okay. Anything else, Shobna? Okay. With that, thank you, all of you, for joining me. And anything, do let Entab know. We will take the questions from there. And thank you, Animesh and Nimisha, for hosting this show. Once again, thank you so much.